So when this vanity mirror was installed, it comes out farther than the sheetrock, and it makes this gap right here, and that compromises the fire blocking between that receptacle outlet. That's a nice screw, nice pointy screw. I don't think that's very acceptable. And it compromises the fire blocking between the box and your living space. And there's a couple of links baked into your report that explains that we could have extenders installed. And some people call them goof rings. Call it what you will. And they don't cost much. They're like $2 a piece. That would be $2 up here. And I already talked about the jet tub. I hope everything I had to say came out. I guess I better wash my hand before I pick my nose. This is the upstairs thermostat. That's an appliance. It's in a good location, acceptable location, good as any. This is the laundry. Laundries aren't required to have vent fans, but we do. It's 440. There isn't a gas connection. Alright, this home was built this morning. This 120 and this 440, they would all be GFCI protected. 240, excuse me. 120 and 240 would be GFCI protected. And we have a pan here. And that pan, unlike the water heater pan, we do not know where this pan drains to. But this pan right here is pretty obvious outside in the patio area. So if you're in the patio area and it's like, oh, I found the water heater drain. No, you didn't. You found this pan drain line. That's what's out there. Moving along. The heat's been playing havoc with my batteries. I'm sorry that all these videos are in 2 stages. This is the refrigerator Nook. It's not GFCI protected. By today's standards, it would be. By today's standards, it would be. GFCI on all the countertops. And this is the same one. I don't know if you got the story. Want to hear the story again? Okay. When this home was built, all these were finished out, so the receptacles and the switches would be nice and flush and it'd fit right. But then we came in and we added this nice splashback in here, and it extended it farther out. And I've got a link in the, again, I've got a link in your inspection report. And pretty handy grocery shows you how to do that. And they're called extenders. A code inspector called one a spark resistor. He sounded like he knew what he was talking about. He's a code inspector. I hope he knows what he's talking about. So anyway, and they cost like I said, a few years ago they were $2. I'm sure the price has gone up by now, and taxes. You're gonna pay more than $2 for them. That's how they get you. But anyway, 2, 6, 8, 10, 16. The one up in the parent bedroom, 18. For like $20, it could have been done. Could have been done right. Alright, now this right here is called a foul line, F-O-U-L. Hillbilly Home Inspections, that's how we pronounce it, foul line. Okay, this is supposed to cascade down like this. Now, your real estate agent, and the seller's agent, the seller, everything's going to say, oh, well, you just put a little bleach in there, That's where all the cooties hide. And the germs and the bacterium and the viruses, that's where all that stuff hides. Right up in there. Okay? So if you want to put some bleach on it, Now, I've yet to have a client call me and say, thanks for that foul line, bud. Good catch. Good catch on that. Might have. I would never dissuade my client from seeking perfection. But I don't know, we all have to pick and choose our battles, so just saying. So this is a 3/4 horsepower garbage disposal. This is the dishwasher. It looks like it's in pretty good shape. It's running now. This is the drain line for the dishwasher. Remember I said boring? Well, this is the only unboring part that's under a sink or a lavatory. And this is the dishwasher drain line, and it comes up and around and around and in here. It does not have an anti-siphon loop. There's nothing to keep the barometric pressure from pushing down in that sink. You know, all that barometric pressure from up above where the airplanes are flying over us, and pushing down on that sink and forcing this dirty water back into your clean dishes. This drain hose should have been routed differently. There's our data plate. This is what, you know, the bottom side of the, that's what it looks like under there. So it looks like it's in pretty good shape. It's only an unboring thing. And if this home was built today, this appliance and this appliance, these two appliances, would be GFCI protected. And of course, the house wasn't GFCI protected back then. It just wasn't. So it doesn't surprise us. And then it's actually dedicated. See, you only have one receptacle right there. They were getting close. They were thinking about it even back then. Even back then. And there's that gap that I'm talking about. All right. Well, I will not shut up about it, will I? What is it that important? I don't know. Probably not. Okay. This is the gas range. All right. It's got bake and broil. It's got convection bake, convection broil. We just go into the basics. We just want to know if it bakes and broils, and it does. All right. But convection, cleaning, timing, those are all beyond the scope of this inspection. The light, we turn the light off. Come on, I'll figure it out one of these days. I turned it on. All right, oven light, there you go. Now, this is kind of an interesting burner arrangement. I wasn't able to slide this out. So I do not know if there's an anti-tip device back there or not. It's just in too tight. Again, not here to tear it up. But these burners, okay, it's pretty easy to figure out, right? Pretty easy to figure out. No big deal. And they got the little dots on there so you know which one you're talking about. But this front one has two different features. It's got a low simmer and a high simmer. So it's just a little tricky. Oh, it's going to act fine now. But you got to keep it held in. And then you go like that. Well, maybe not tricky for you, but I was having some difficulty. Confusion, maybe not difficulty. Okay. According to code, the corner of this is a circulating vent fan, and we got dirty filters. And according to code, the corner of this isn't supposed to be any farther than 24 inches to this. Alright? But KitchenAid, the manufacturer's specifications, may have different requirements. See, it's UL listed. Code says that the UL listed requirements supersede code. And many times I've found that if I call that these are too close, like I'm about to do, I found that, you know, later on we'll discover that there's some instructions saying that this wasn't supposed to be any closer than 35 inches and it's actually 37 inches or something like that. So it's probably not an issue unless you got a big stock pot, you know. So if you're doing gumbo or something in the back, that might be an issue to some people. I just don't know. Okay, the microwave comes with a metal tray in it. You're supposed to take that metal tray out before you use it. I haven't used that yet, but let's just try this a little bit. Get a little cold water going on here. We want cold water, right? There we go. But we want to know more. We don't want to know just if it's getting hot. I mean, we want to know if it's getting hot, right? But we want to know if it's getting hot in the right way. That's where we get our magic stick. Got a magic stick. We just put that little guy right up here. See, it's supposed to cycle on and off if it's going to act properly. So we do cook time, 15 seconds, start, and our magic stick. There. How about that? Is that cool or what? Alright. I know the water's hot because my magic stick came through. Or magic light, they call it. It's starting to shake around a little bit now. You still hot? It's pretty hot. It's not steaming hot. It didn't burn me or nothing. It did, quote unquote, heat up water. Now I'm putting this rack back in here, but I'm telling you, the only time this rack is supposed to be inside here is when you're actually using it to cook something like 2 layers. Personally, I don't really like them, but you know, there it is. That's it. And it's a ventilated, circulating, excuse me, vent fan. Circulating vent fan. Here's another thing. How deep are you? You're fine. But you're not fine. See that receptacle right there? They're not supposed to be recessed more than 6 inches. We should have had another receptacle like this one on the other side of the island. When it's recessed like that, the cord can hang off, and you got your Scentsy candle up there, maybe your crock pot, and somebody can hook that cord, you know, and it falls off and just ruins Christmas or Thanksgiving or something. Anyway, again, that was about 2015 as well as when that code came in. This home is older than that. When this home was built, it's a safety issue. That's why it makes the report. When this home was built, that wasn't required. And then this countertop, this was always required. But see this countertop? If it extends more than 10 inches, and it does, if it extends more than 10 inches, then there's supposed to be a corbel underneath there. A corbel is a brace. There's different ways that people do that, but it hasn't been done any kind of way here. More than 10 inches, obviously we've got almost 12 inches. So it's a little far, so you probably don't sit on that. Sit on top of that. You probably don't want to do that. Just saying. Okay, this is the other thermostat. This is the downstairs thermostat. These are 2 Nest thermostats. And so this is the larger system. It handles this floor, it's the middle floor, and it handles the bottom floor. The bottom floor doesn't have a thermostat. Thermostat. This is a half bath, guest bath, okay. Commode's nice and solid, hot's on the left, cold's on the right, GFCI, vent fan works. It's just really, you know, like I said, the plumbing underneath it is boring, which is good, which is a good thing. And we're moving along. Hang on, bear with me. We're almost there, man. We're almost there. This is the downstairs guest bedroom. Alright, guest bath. It's a full bath down here. We got a half on the middle floor. Boring. Okay. And GFCI protected and all that. Commode works. The only thing going on in here, hot's on the left, cold's on the right. The only thing going on in here is we got a little bit of a blemish right there on the porcelain finish. A blemish on the finish.